Great day, everyone. Welcome to Samadhi Sea of Wisdom in Yuma, Arizona. And today is Monday. It is May 13, 2019. And we're very happily here again with you this morning. So Michael's going to give you our Samadhi welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Vibrational, divine love, and very harmonious blessings and greetings to each and every single one of you. Beautiful souls out there. Thank you for joining us here at Samadhi, where it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity, it's about authenticity, it's about genuineness, it's about realness, it's about rawness, it's about time, it's about you. It's about time, it's about you, it's about time, it's about you. Maybe we should have titled it It's About Time.
I love that.
But really, it's time. Are you ready? Are you ready to step into your greatness? And not dependent, and not waiting for someone or something to say so? Not waiting for something or someone to show up? But for you. Are you ready for you? Today's your day. Monday. We forgot to say. Monday with Ali and
we're not saying that anymore. We used to have that, but we come on Wednesdays.
We want to start that again
Fridays.
because that we had that as a signature.
Is it Monday? Monday was...
Mondays with Ali and Michael.
No, it's Michael and Ali on Mondays.
Michael and Ali on Mondays.
See, we haven't used it, we forgot.
So we're going to start that signature again because we love it. We want to inspire your Mondays. We want to awaken your Mondays because everybody has a stereotypical belief about Mondays. But it's just another day. It's just like when you get in a traffic jam and you think it's the traffic. It's not the traffic. It's where your mind goes, concerned about all these other things, that you can't be present and peaceful in the moment. So today's month of May is mayi. And the topic today is may I be silent. And how many of us run from silence? How many of us unconsciously judge silence because we haven't been taught, we haven't been reminded the beauty of silence. Because silence is so fundamentally important. Because we're so busy in our day-to-day lives when we don't ever give our bodies truly the rest and the love that it deserves. Because if you had an employee working 24/7, 365 days a week, don't you think they deserve a vacation? Don't you think they deserve a day off? Think about that for a moment. So, as we start, let's go into the breath. Let me share this on my page. I'm getting all these messages and notifications. Hold on a second. Which we love.
No complaining.
Yeah, no complaining. Just, I need to get on my screen. Okay, so everybody, let's just take a deep breath of awareness and presence. Let's just be open to be silent for a moment. And remember, whenever thoughts come up, just appreciate them. Acknowledge them by appreciation. And then bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your heart. And bring your attention and your awareness into your heart. And be grateful for this moment. Be grateful that you are alive. Be grateful that you have another opportunity that a lot of us don't.
Yes.
Just sit in that space of peace, of gratitude in this moment, and just focus on silence. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And slowly come back, bring your awareness back to this space. Take a moment to just take in this space. Not be so quick to come back. We are exercising an ancient, energetic potential. An electromagnetic potential. It is both electric and magnetic, meaning it is saturating our environment with our electric vibrantness, but it's also magnetizing and remembering what we are. So at the same time, it's doing this beautiful sending and receiving. It's emanating and it's purifying itself each and every moment. To the extent and to the degree that we allow our thoughts to align with them. To allow our beliefs to align with what we already are. So, Allie, I'm going to go ahead and share this.
Well, I've been already sharing all over the place, so
Been
we're going
sharing?
to be contradicting ourselves here. Okay, so my favorite part of this topic, may I be silent.
Silent.
And everyone has a different perspective of what silence is for you. For me, silence is my sanctuary. For me, silence is my own place where no one can go and be. I may bring someone there to that silence, and it kind of sounds contradictory, but when you sit in the silence and you just feel that love for yourself and that love for the universe, and my way of doing, and like I said, this is just my little humble opinion, when I do my meditations and I go into that silence, that's one way of going into silence. Going into your own private sanctuary where you reside, where you connect, where you connect very intimately with your higher power, God, source, universe, however you want to identify it. And there's certain ways of doing that that no one has a copycat of a way. But the one other silence that I feel is very beautiful is when you're able to be and you're surrounded by chaos, and yet you can go into that silence and really just bring out the greatness you have within. Not to control the chaos, not to bring anything else, but just that peace.
No expectations.
Nothing. When you're just in that silence, you can use that. And this can apply to any part of your life. I can speak to the person who goes to work in a very chaotic situation, either because it's a very high energy job, or an office, or wherever it is that you go. You can still be in that silence, as silly as it may sound, or as it doesn't seem like it can be possible, but it can. It can when you have mastered that part of you, where you know that maybe sometimes silence is probably the best thing to do when you are surrounded by chaos. But then you bring it back home, and to me it's just a beautiful, non-describable essence. It's just a place where to each individual it's going to be your own beautiful place. And that's the beauty of silence. Not one is the same as the other. No one can compare to who. Your silence is your connection to yourself. Your silence is your connection to God. Your silence is your connection to nature.
It's yours.
That's it.
Nobody else. That's the beauty of it. I would like to inject on something because
Go ahead.
we just want to come in and make this very, very brief and to the point and very potent. And one thing is that we see how much we've gotten ahead in life. Well, really have we? But with all the technology, all the information, all the, workshops and all this stuff that we do. But really, we've lost touch with who we are. And we have this scale of reality right now where technology and entertainment and all this other stuff is way up here. And our soul, our consciousness, our being, our essence of who we are is like, okay, where'd you guys go? We're searching for ourselves on a whole nother paradigm. That paradigm doesn't resonate, it's not equanimous with who we are. It does have facets of who we are, but it's lost touch with the sense of who we truly are. And I believe that, and I know for a fact, that when we become silent, we start becoming more equanimous. We start becoming more balanced, more harmonious as a society. And I believe that it's fine, whatever you guys are doing, whatever you guys are practicing, you know, do what you feel you need to do. But, however, when, as a society, we're depending on everybody else to tell us who we are, depending on everybody else to tell us what we are, and just to be very clear with our courses that we do, it's not to tell you who you are. You ask any one of our students, it's about allowing you to become your greatest teacher. We put all the tools in your hands. We put everything so you can discover who you are. We don't ever tell our students who they are. Ask any one of our students and they'll tell you that's one thing that Ali and Michael are very, very honed in on, is I don't like to be told who I am. I don't like to be told what I am. I like to be guided, directed, reminded of what I am or who I am. And that's what we desire for humanity. So, in a nutshell, Prabhupada Das says, truly, blessings brother, thank you for joining us. Yes, truly, because in the essence of bringing it down to hone into what it truly is about the silence, is everybody else has their concept of truth. Everybody has their idea, their perspective, their opinion, their culture of truth. But how many people take the time to discover and become sensitive and surrender and allow the truth that already is to come forth? There's a big difference there, guys. There's a very, very dynamic of polarities of truth. Do you want to live in somebody else's truth, being a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, a generational copy? Or do you want to find your truth, live your truth, be your truth, exemplify truth, and allow everyone else to find their truth, and we will harmonize a unified truth on this planet, here and now, in this generation. We have that opportunity. We see things falling apart, we see people arguing, and what is wars based on? Arguments of truth. What is another truth? Money. That's another argument of truth. Because our greatest currency is within ourselves. Our greatest truth, our greatest essence is within each and every one of us. And that is the place that we are not different. That is the place that we are all one. But when we're so caught up in the idea of truth, in the expectation of truth, in the control of truth, we don't live truth. So, that is basically what we wanted to share today, is the importance of silence. The ultimate truth of the truth of the truth, that is not one thing or another of what we can say, is the unified truth. Then when we become silent, yeah, we have to process and we have to filter and we have to, dig deeper beyond our thoughts. That's the discipline. But behind that, just like in the Wizard of Oz, behind the curtain is that wizard, is the brain. And then we go past it, we go beyond it to find the source of our truth. That all religions, all belief systems knew. But they had their each interpretation of their truth.
So now we are going to go silent. We're going to let you be and practice that silence.
So Prabhupada Das had something to say. I'm going to read it. All compromise is based on give and take, but there can be no give and take on fundamentals. Any compromise on mere fundamentals is a surrender, for it is all give and no take. Mahatma Gandhi. Ooh, beautiful. Thank you for sharing, brother.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And oh, you were going to share?
No, I was just going to say, great day everyone, and thank you for joining us. And we will practice what we preach, right? Let's go silent. We are going to end our video a little shorter today, but keep that with you. As small as a nugget as it is, please keep that within your heart. Take that with you. And any questions, any comments after we're gone, you can still on the replay leave your comments or send us a private message.
Yes, and give yourself the gift of silence today. I want to read something that a student of ours, a friend of ours, gave us a book, and we're all students on this path. It says, and this is the book of Samadhi and City by Sri Chinmoy. It's a great book, by the way. The difference between prayer and meditation is this. When I pray, I talk and God listens. And when I meditate, God talks and I listen. When I meditate, I make my mind calm and quiet so that I can hear what God has always, always, always been saying to me. Both ways are correct. So see, there is this relationship between prayer and meditation. And prayer could be visualization. There's different levels of prayer. Prayer, my ultimate concept of prayer, and we need to do this more and more as a human species, but my ultimate concept of prayer is being invested fully in the present moment. That's how we're praying, by being grateful for this moment, and meditating is surrendering to that moment. So that's that give and take. You know, you give your prayer by being present and giving the gift of your essence in your life. And then you surrender by allowing what is and accepting all in that moment what is, not trying to change anything, but being grateful in that moment no matter how challenging the circumstances are. When you can appreciate, things will dissolve and you will transform. Because that's what life is calling us to do. Life is the greatest school. Life is the greatest teacher reminder. Be open and you'll be amazed at what will happen and what will become after that.
So go practice your silence and know that whatever it is and however it is, it's your very own. And enjoy it.
Thank you. Blessings. What happened? Blessings.